So getting directly into the unboxing, we have this amazing quality sunshade that mounts directly onto the monitor. Side what we have is a cold shoe mount that makes it easier to mount the screen on it, and it wasn't included before but it is now. An Allen wrench exactly to tighten up the cold shoe mount. Then we have a microfiber cleaning cloth. We have this power delivery to DC input, which I don't know connects to what, but it's supposed to portably power your screen without the back battery. We have the micro HDMI, and then we have the mini HDMI for Sony ports. Then talking about the cold shoe mount, it just makes it so much easier to mount the screen without having to rotate the screen again and again for better. For talking about the features inside the screen, firstly we have the false colors that allow you to basically use different sort of colors. I'm not sure why someone would want to use that, but it is a professional feature available. We have zebras. We have different sort of settings for these zebras, and are like what intensity you want them at. We have the brightness, RGB, histogram positioning. You can position them anywhere on the screen. You can check their levels of transparency. There's focus peaking with the red, green, blue, or even white, which makes it easier to manually focus, especially if you're using a manual lens or shooting professional grade video. There's other features such as this that you could use in order to understand your composition better, such as marking the middle of the frame, having safe areas around the frame for cropping later on, a mark ratio that shows you what your crop could look like if you're changing the aspect ratio. There's grid lines, several different sizes of grid lines, and of course the audio meter positioning that you can place to the left or to the right. There's different display settings that are pretty self-explanatory, so I don't really need to emphasize on those. But two options worth mentioning in this section are the freeze frame option, where you can actually freeze it at any single given frame, and an anamorphic option, which would be better for previewing different sort of anamorphic lens shots. Under system configuration, there's other things that we can do, such as set up the time for battery savings, the color temperature, the sound output option, the ability to show or hide battery notification, as well as update the firmware, as well as see the stats. But the best part about this is actually the SD card lookup for LUTs. You can actually have an SD card loaded with LUTs and an SD card that comes with the screen, and you can select your own LUTs or you can select the preset LUTs. Once these LUTs are accessed through the SD card and they're uploaded onto the system, you can actually select these LUTs and shoot S-log or shoot cine-like logs or other picture profiles, and have these LUTs overwritten on the screen so that you have a better idea of of what your footage looks like when you're applying those LUTs in post. And to me, this is a lifesaver because I'm normally shooting an S-log, and now I can use my favorite LUTs or the default LUTs, and I can see and I get an idea of what my footage would essentially look like once I select my chosen LUT from the settings like this. I've only loaded a few preset LUTs over here, but it's enough to give you an idea of what it. Other on-screen features that make this Desview R5 amazing are the pinch to zoom in function, the brightness increase scroll, and the volume increase scroll. And honestly, that just makes so much easier to shoot everything with. And that's been my review for the Desview R5. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Until then, have a nice day.